Good Monday morning, everyone. It's time for your Monday blessing. Well, here we are, number 7 of the reward of faithfulness. And today I want to talk about a subject that is very dear to my heart, and that is hospitality. It's not only dear to my heart, but it's dear to the Lord's heart as well. And, I was taught from the time I was a little girl to show hospitality. And I grew up in what some people would call the ghetto, where we didn't have a lot materially, but I had 2 parents that believed in showing hospitality, and it was just a normal thing for us. My mom and daddy were always inviting people in, and our dinner table was always filled, and there were times that we didn't feel like we even had enough to share with others, but Mama would say, let's divide and God will make up the difference. And so it was awesome growing up in that kind of an atmosphere, and it's something that I was taught, and we saw God reward our family so generously for being that kind of person. So here at our church, we have a declaration that we make every week at offering time, and that is that we are generous and we are hospitable. I want to ask you this: have you ever served and shown that kind of hospitality to others and they didn't appreciate it, or they repaid you with evil for your kindness? I can tell you this, that never feels good. But when you are hospitable, that's a big word. When you are hospitable, you don't let, the behavior of others keep you from being hospitable. Jesus said this. He said in Luke 14:12 through 14, Jesus also said to the man who had invited him, when you give a dinner or a supper, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your wealthy neighbors, lest perhaps they also invite you in return, and so you are paid back. But when you give a banquet or a reception, invite the poor, the disabled, the lame, and the blind, then you will be blessed. You'll be happy, fortunate, and to be envied, because they have no way of repaying you, and you will be recompensed at the resurrection of the just and the upright. So what Jesus is saying there, show hospitality to everyone, and especially to those who have no way of repaying you. So in other words, don't look for your harvest from the people that you show hospitality to. Just be that kind of person. Show them that love. And he says they may not appreciate it. They may not be able to do anything for you, but you will be recompensed and you will be rewarded. And hospitality is a choice. And it's a test of the heart that reveals whether or not your motives for serving are pure. And I know this. I've learned this. When you serve from a pure heart and you give because you know that you've been given so much from the Lord and you choose to be hospitable like your Father, He will recompense you greatly. And I believe that, yes, you will receive a great reward when you get to heaven, but I've seen God reward me so greatly here on earth for that kind of thing. And so I want to encourage you, take someone to dinner, throw a party, invite people who have no way of repaying you. And then I want you to journal in the next year to year and a half what God does in your life because you did that for them. And let me know, because I have journals full of awesome things that God has done, and I can always trace it back to that act of obedience, of opening my heart, opening my home, and being hospitable to those who have no way of repaying me. It works. I love you all. I bless you, and I encourage you and I challenge you. Try it. You'll see it works. I love you. See you next week.
It's like you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be. Growing, getting better. You're not the person they see. Can't be mad at the things you've been through, 'cause they built your